do an update because a lot has been going on, and as I promised, I'm going to show everything on this project. So what's happened? A lot. So the scaffolding at the front of the house is down. Scaffolding at the back of the house is still up. That's coming down on Monday. I've installed the Juliet balcony. It was like 200 quid, shopped around for that. The roof is fully watertight. Building inspector came around, happy with everything. One little tip is to wipe down all the slates whilst the scaffolding's still up, because obviously we're like, I don't know, 10 meters up right now from the ground floor. Good luck getting a ladder up here to clean them. So that's what I always do, is jump out there and just with warm water soap, wipe everything down. It means you don't have to get it cleaned at the end of the project. So all of this is great. And then in here, I have finished all the stud walls. That was a bit of a mad rush. That was 3 days of annual leave from my day job to get all of this done in this room and in the pod bedroom down there. Why was it such a mad rush to get all the stud walls done? Well, the electrician was arriving to do all the first fix. You might not know what first fix is. Well, it's the first fix of your electric. So this is going to be a socket, that's going to be another socket, and this is where all your thinking and planning really needs to start going in and having the vision of what you want the rooms to look like. So actually there's a little bit I need to cover on this. Should I do it now or in a different video? I'll just do it now. So with electrics, what you want to do is draw out a little plan of the floor plan of your house. I'll put it on the screen right now so you can kind of see. Yes, it looks very basic, but it's all you need. You need a little key saying this is a spotlight, this is a socket, this is a shaving point, this is where we want a towel rail. With that kind of idea, you then go and get quotes from electricians. From all the quotes you get from electricians, you need to take that information, evaluate it, and work out which one you want to go with. Now, a good way to tell who to go with when it comes to your electrics is their work. If they're brave enough to put it all on Instagram so everyone can see it and critique it, I think that's a really good sign they're a good electrician. Obviously, people, when you're getting quotes, you're going to have really expensive quotes, then really cheap quotes, and then I tend to go in the middle. Now, we ended up going with DGH Electrics. Darren, amazing, can't fault him. If you want your electrics done or anything, just get in contact with him. I stupidly put a skylight there, and then on the plan, I was like, oh, can I have a spotlight there? And he was like, well, how am I going to do that? Because you've now put a skylight there. And I was like, oh, well, that's not good, because obviously skylight's great during the day, but at night time, when the light's off in, you know, the sun, that's just going to be pitch black. Just above a staircase, not ideal. So the solution is there's actually enough space there that we can put a spotlight, and then that spotlight's a directional one, and we can tilt it and then angle the light so it can come down here. So that was a bit of a problem, but because he's got that experience, he knows what he's doing. What also we really liked about him is the sort of work he does, be it a 20 mil Knightsbridge townhouse or a loft conversion, he does it all. So yeah, really fair price. I'll get into the price at the end of the project when I break down, because obviously this is a massive rewire. This is 5 bedrooms, 3 en suites. Is it 3 en suites? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then a family bathroom and a downstairs toilet, a huge kitchen, which is going to have enough spotlights in it that it looks like a collapsing sun. This shaver point, and then mirror, sink, whatever. And then also when I was doing the stud walls, I started thinking, I want to have a shelf in the shower. In case you haven't watched any of my other videos, door, radiator, sink, freestanding bath, toilet, and then a nice big shower. In the shower, I think it looks really cool when they have built-in shelves. So that's what this is. And this is sort of the thinking that goes on behind essentially creating the rooms. You need to think, okay, well, if I'm putting a shelf there, I can't obviously do a stud wall like that. I need to set it in. And then I thought it'd look really cool to have an LED strip running the entire length. So again, it glows and would look pretty cool. And then we've got a couple spotlights here. And then Darren said that actually it might look a little bit dark considering you've got 2 nice spotlights here, nothing in there except for that shelf. It might be worth chucking in a spotlight there. So yeah, I think that's definitely been worth it. And yeah, again, it's like thinking about where you want your sockets. My brother and his girlfriend want their bed to be here, so it makes sense to have plugs both sides, then a light switch there. And when it comes to the light switches, I just let Darren deal with that, because you've got to think about it is, if I want to turn off a light down there from up here, I don't even understand. Like, this is a complete mess to me. One day I might do an electricity course or something. That's not what they're called, but I think it'd be a pretty cool thing to do. But this is a trade that you do not do yourself. trust me, you do not do it yourself. Get someone in. This and plastering, they're the two that I just haven't got experience in. All the qualifications to be obviously an electrician, so I don't go near those two things. Plastering is a really skilled trade. You can tell if someone's good, and trust me, you can really tell if someone's bad. So we'll be getting plasterers in. Plumbing, you can do it yourself. We've been doing all the waste, which you can see here. This is the waste for a toilet, if you've never seen that before. And we've been thinking how we're going to be running it all. And we've actually got a bit of unused space in the bedroom down there. So we're actually taking that unused cupboard space and we're going to be running the waste down from there. That's going to be picking up the bathroom that's below this. That's then going to be taking this ensuite. And then the waste, there's a lot to think about with waste. And if you want a whole video on that, just let me know in the comments. There's a lot to think about. What's going on over here? Oh yeah, chandelier. I thought that'd look really rich. So, not one of those crystal-y chandeliers, more the ones that just have light bulbs hanging at each level. Thought that could look really cool. So in order to do that, you need to think, well, that's quite a lot of weight. You need to put a noggin. What's a noggin? It's one of those up there. And then that allows you to then screw the fittings in, and that's going to take the weight of the chandelier. Now, obviously, you remember, this is all coming out. There's going to be like a half landing over there. And then there's going to be the staircase wrapping around going like that. So right now I'd be walking down the staircase, down onto the landing. That would be here. And then this is the door into the pod bedroom, which, as you can see, it's got a really nice big window. All the copper, you can do the plumbing yourself, but we're just doing the waste. We're actually getting a plumber in to do the rest of it, replumbing the entire house. Insulation, there's some of it. There's a lot more to be delivered. Then sockets either side of a big double bed. And then, for the bedrooms, we decided not to have spotlights in them. Now, some people love spotlights in bedrooms. Some people don't. I personally think it's nicer having like a pendant light just hanging in the middle. Because obviously, then if you're in bed, you're just looking at loads of spotlights, and that's just personal preference. I prefer it with like pendant lights. It also does save money because every spotlight costs more than just a single cable. And then here you're going to have a light switch to be able to turn it off from your bed, so you don't have to walk to the door to turn it off. And then here's a whole load of things going on. I don't understand half of this stuff. I'll let Darren deal with this. So yeah, a whole load of things going on here. And then underfloor heating is going to be in here. Again, put a little shelf in the shower. LED strips going to be running along there, which is going to look insane. And what else? Oh yeah, finally decided going to be putting a huge shower tray in there. Sink, toilet. This is to get all the air out. There's this unused space here where it's on a bit of an angle. So I thought you could potentially stud wall it out and use the angle and put shelves in it. But actually, if I want to put a huge mirror on here, obviously can't do that behind the sink. I think it could end up looking weird. So in fact, I'm going to stud wall all this out and just make it flat. And yeah, spotlights again, one there, one here. Yeah, there's a lot of thinking that goes on. Oh, and then I've got to do the floor. That's what that is. Makes it a little bit safer walking around here. What else can I go show you quickly? Need to order a staircase. Oh yeah, insulation. If you've never insulated a house before, it is really easy. You are essentially taking a tape measure. You measure the width from there to there. You then take that measurement, you come back here. You take your tape measure. You measure the distance, and then what I do is I just press in. I'm not going to do it because otherwise I'll pick up on the wrong mark. But I just press in through the foil, do that in 2-3 places. Then I just take a straight edge, run it along, cut it, make sure you're cutting it vertically down. Sounds very obvious, but trust me, you can end up cutting it on an angle and then it doesn't fit properly. If you're just joining the channel, you might be like, well, why are you renovating it in this order? Like, why don't you just do it all at one go? Well, we're living here at the moment, so kind of need my bedroom downstairs. I need this like temporary kitchen I've made, and that's why we're getting all of the loft done. So my brother and his girlfriend can move up to this room, the master bedroom. I can then move up into the pod bedroom that I was just showing you. That's why the priority is getting all the stud walls, the insulation, plasterboarded, plastered, painted, floors in. First fix electrics is now done, so then we can get Darren back to second fix it all. And then that's why we're doing all the waste, and then the plumber's coming to do the plumbing, and then we can start installing all the bathrooms. So that means I'm going to be tiling the lot, which I can make some videos on that. Then when that's all set up, I can then move up into the pod loft bedroom. Brother and his girlfriend can move up into the master bedroom, and then we can then get on with the rest of the house. And that means we can knock through the living room, which then allows us to kind of separate from the renovation. So the top floors are going to be completely done. And not only is that going to make it a lot nicer to live in, it also allows you to do it in these 2 stages, because obviously there's a lot to do, like a lot to do. The whole kitchen, we've just got a new roofer who's going to be starting on Tuesday, I believe. Got him to quote for that, to re-roof it all. We're going to be installing the skylights. So, because honestly, it's so simple. And yeah, then we can get on with the rest of it. Obviously, there's a lot to do there. Got to remove the chimney in the kitchen still. The whole basement to do. Knock through the living rooms. Block up an entire door. Then you got all the trimmings, like the skirting boards, the door frames, the doors, the tiling that's got to go in, installing the kitchen. Massive island. I like islands. Did a thing on Instagram where people were like, I was asking you what people prefer, sink in the island or sink on like the side work surface, and it's pretty much 50-50, and I don't know what I prefer. Part of me thinks it would look cooler in the island, especially if you get one of those proper posh taps that have a boiling bit in it. I don't know why, it's so unnecessary, but I kind of need that. So that means I probably need to get onto a marble, granite, quartz, I don't know, supplier, then get that all measured up and get the quarry to start cutting into the earth and providing it, which is fun. That is a fun bit, actually. That's a nice bit. My next door neighbour just walked by and said, oh, you don't happen to know a person who tiles bathrooms, because the quotes I'm getting are ridiculous. And I said, well, no, I always tile my own bathrooms because the quotes are ridiculous. And I was like, out of interest, how much were you getting quoted? So this is a small shower, probably half the size of the master bedroom ensuite there. He got quoted to retile it and install a new shower tray. He got quoted 11 grand. Just wait until you see how much everything costs. And at the end, I've been thinking how I can do it. Obviously, I'm mentioning cost throughout. Like right now, to redo the roof that's on the big side return extension, that's going to cost 4 grand. I've got an Excel spreadsheet where I've got everything worked out, so I know how much every single room is costing, like right down to the nail, to the last pot of paint. You're going to find out everything, and obviously you've got to take into account there's a lot of DIY in this, so that means there's a significant reduction in labour cost, which is where you save all your money. I also need to buy a door, Juliet balcony door. Now that scaffolding's down, the rain can just come through into the house. Oh, yeah. Now I've got to go to Selco. I've got to buy some sheeting. So until I buy the door, now the rain comes in. And this is the stuff that I'm glad I've just captured on camera, because it's a mess. It's a constant crap. I've forgotten that. I need to do this. Like, nothing's perfect, so don't worry when you make a mistake. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.